Welcome to the Equipped Disciple channel. My name is Rick McClatchy. I will be your host. We are here to be and to make disciples of Jesus, and we do that through daily devos, through Sunday sermons, and through other discipleship resources. We are here to equip you to be an equipped disciple. All right, welcome into another day of your daily devos. I'm Pastor Rick, and we are jumping into Genesis chapter 31. Just screaming through this book, if you ask me. I mean, goodness gracious. Before you know it, we're going to have to be thinking about where we're going next. So, hey, maybe drop in the comments the next book you think we should cover. And then some of you are thinking, no, Rick, it's going to take you like a year to get there. We know how you work. And so, all right, cool. Drop in the comments what book you think we should do next. Anyways, it helps me be able to study and prepare. So, all right, let's jump into that. Verse 1 of chapter 31. Verse 1, now Jacob heard what Laban's sons were saying. Jacob has taken all that was our father's and has built his wealth from what belonged to our father. And Jacob saw from Laban's face that his attitude toward him was not the same as before. The Lord said to him, go back to the land of your ancestors and to your family, and I will be with you. Jacob had Rachel and Leah called to the field where his flocks were. He said to them, I can see from your father's face that his attitude toward me is not the same as it was before, but the God of my father has been with me. You know that with all my strength I have served your father, and that he has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times. So that's the answer to our trivia the other day. I couldn't remember how many times it was, but it is 10 according to Jacob's recollection. But God has not let him harm me. I think that's such a cool and powerful statement right there from Jacob. He's saying, like, man, he tried to just get me from every single angle he could imagine, but you know what? God has not let him harm me. And we have that same kind of protection. We have that same kind of thing going on with the Lord, where we can just trust him above and beyond humanity that obviously so many times just can't be trusted because they let us down, they fail. But God is always trustworthy. God is always good. God is always working on our behalf, even at times when it feels like the opposite. If he said the spotted sheep will be your wages, then all the sheep were born spotted. If he said the streaked sheep will be your wages, then all the sheep were born streaked. God has taken away your father's herds and given them to me. When the flocks were breeding, I saw in a dream that the streaked, spotted, and speckled males were mating with the females. In that dream, the angel of God said to me, Jacob, and I said, here I am. Such a great response when the Lord calls to you. Here I am. I'm listening, as Samuel will say later in the Bible. And he said, look up and see all the males that are mating with the flocks and are streaked, spotted, and speckled, for I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you poured oil on the stone marker and made a solemn vow to me. Get up, leave this land, and return to your native land. Then Rachel and Leah answered him, Do we have any portion or inheritance in our father's family? Are we not regarded by him as outsiders? For he has sold us and has certainly spent our purchase price. Verse 16, in fact, all the wealth that God has taken away from our father belongs to us and our children. So do whatever God has said to you. So Jacob got up and put his children and wives on the camels, and he took all the livestock and possessions he had acquired in Padan Aram, and he drove his herds to go to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. When Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel stole her father's household idols. And Jacob deceived Laban the Aramean, not telling him that he was fleeing. He fled with all his possessions, crossed the Euphrates, and headed for the hill country of Gilead. So basically, as I kind of boil down these 21 verses to start off, chapter 31 is just, again, God's providential hand involved in our journey. That even when we are up against factors or people outside of us, it doesn't mean we have to fear, doesn't mean, and I think even this last deception here is a little tricky, right? Like, trusting God told you to leave, just go to Laban and be like, hey, we're out. Have that conversation and just know that God's going to protect you. Rather than fleeing, then it says, we'll see how that gets handled in the following daily devos. I don't want to cheat my content from tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob trusted the Lord throughout the journey, even when Laban set out 10 different times to mess him up and to keep him from prospering. The Lord was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Change the game any way you want. I'm the Lord over all parts of the game. And that's the coolest thing, is as Laban changed his wages 10 different times, God said, it's okay, Jacob, I got you. He says spotted, they'll be spotted. He says streaked, they'll be streaked. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what comes against us. We can trust the name of the Lord our God. And I think that is the message for today. We can trust in the name of the Lord our God because he's got us, and he can overcome any obstacle, any challenge that we face along the way. So with that, just a big, huge, hearty God bless you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.